So look, rape is a horrific crime. And in my view, personally, rapists should be killed or castrated. But I think we do not have a rape culture.
And you ain't black.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on, guys? We are back. We are back in full effect. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get the chat popping off here. Shout out where you're calling from. Hello, Miss Barbara. Oh my. Oh no, 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 Miss Barbara. I'm going to be very cognizant on how we approach tonight's discussion. Because I understand it is a very delicate balance when we're talking about things of this nature. Rape. Is it as prevalent as some would like us to think? That's the question, right? Now we can go off our own personal experiences, which I understand that some may be victims of such atrocities, and my heart goes out to you. And by no means am I undermining that experience, but you have to understand that there are those out there that would like to exploit this this sort of issue. And me personally, I like to get to the bottom of it. And the best way, as I always state to you guys, the best way we can get to the bottom of things is by what? Data, statistics, and evidence. But first, let's give a shout out to everyone in the chat. What's going on, Miss Angela? We got Miss Pamela in the house. What's happening? Miss Deborah, hello, hello, hello. Come on, guys. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go to the YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. I'm gonna give you guys just a little second to do that. 1 second here. Yeah, I'm gonna give you just a little second to go hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page, please. All right, we got Margaret coming in. What's happening, Miss Nikki? All right, we got Teresa. Okay, all right, everybody's coming on in. I appreciate that. All right, wow. All right, I like that. All right, guys, look, thank you guys for coming in and joining this discussion. As I said before, it's a bit of a delicate balance that I have to tread on this topic. So let's get straight into it. Rape culture. Is it really a thing? Is it ubiquitous? Is it all over our nation? Is it happening as rampantly as they would like to suggest on the media? Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. I have a pretty good idea of what things are looking like, but I want to know what you guys think. Date rape. What'd you say here, Lisa? Date rape is real. Teaching your young adults, older teens to protect themselves. Yeah. Starts young. You gotta definitely educate the youth. I think it's very, very important to teach our youth to make intelligent decisions and to avoid putting themselves in precarious situations that would increase the likelihood of such events happening, right? Yes. So the first thing we're going to do here, hold up, as we move on, I just kind of want to go over the study that a lot of our politicians and our news media site, and that is the notable college. It's the 1 in 5 women are raped on college campuses today. Now, we got to talk about this study, and the reason why we got to talk about this study, because this is generally what a lot of women and a lot of news media outlets perpetuate. But there's some holes in this story. There's some holes in this study, and I think that it's very, very important that we kind of break down what this study is all about. So let's try to pull it up here. See if I got it all ready for you guys. All right. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Hmm. See, every time I try to get myself organized, it always just come back to bite me. Thought I had it here, but listen, I got the studies inside the inside my I got the links pinned to the description. So don't forget if you guys need to check it out yourself. But we're gonna have to just click on one of those links really quickly here. Make sure I can find that study. Doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, where are we? All right. Yes, I agree, Teresa. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. All right, guys, as I pull this up. Uh-oh. All right. All right. Yeah, so as we pull this up, I'm going to try to go through some of this information here. So basically, what I've come to realize is that this study that they've conducted, you got to understand that this 1 in 5 study that they cite, there's a lot of holes to this study, right? First of all, the study was done online. Okay, it was not done with a non-representative sample size. Okay, there was only 5,000 female participants. So that's not really a non-representative. Excuse me, that's not a representative sample size to really kind of get a baseline understanding if this is really happening, across the nation at large. And another thing is it was done anonymously. Uh-oh. Here we go. Give me a second here, guys. Bear with me, please. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Well, it's not really being my friend right now. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, it was done anonymously, non-representative sample size, and what it suggests is that uh, over. So if you look at the numbers, what it suggests is that over 2 million college students are being sexually assaulted or raped. And honestly, oh, 1 second. I think those numbers are quite over exaggerated. I think those numbers are very, very over exaggerated. Um, so if you look at the crime studies here, give me a second here. Should be said for women. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And this is why I think it's important to bring this conversation to the bear. And I don't want look, the whole reason why I think it's important to have this discussion is because, you know, it's not to undercut the credibility of people who actually experiences, who's had these experiences, who have been raped or who have been sexually assaulted. It's not to undercut the credibility of these victims. But I think with these false accusers out here, they're undermining these people who've had these experiences. So for anyone who's questioning, why are we talking about this? This is not important. Well, yeah, it is important because we have to draw attention to these false accusers who are exploiting this egregious crime for personal gain. 1 second. Ooh. I'm sorry. It is like 99 degrees in my house. Oh, Jesus. All right. So I don't. So hold up. I want to bring these studies up, and I cannot find sucks. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes, guys. So here it is. Here it is. Sorry about that. All right. So let's go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to pull up. All right. There it is. All right, here it is. Oops. Nope. Not this one. Not that one. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Trying to get this all together. My AC, my AC. There's parts of my house where the AC doesn't really circulate well, so it's. Whew, I don't know. It's just got a little office space, and it's not really circulating here the way it should. One second. Sam, I know, man. I need to go get a fan quickly, but it's okay. I'll fare. I'm just trying to get this information up. I had everything situated, but my computer has been not my friend today, so that's a bummer, right? A fan in the door. You guys are killing me. All right. Oh man. Oof, Lord. Let's see here. Share the screen. All right. Okay. I think this is it. I think we got it finally. All right, guys. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. All right. All right. So this study right here this was the Bonnie Fisher study here, and this is the study that a lot of the news media cite to kind of perpetuate this narrative that men are just all over the college campuses and they're just raping women galore, and they're out of control, they're not able to control their sexual urges and things like that. Well, that's not the case, because as I stated before, there's a lot of holes in this story, in this study, because it's a flawed study because of the points that I listed earlier. They asked this woman, how did she get to this figure 1 in 5 women were raped, and she could not even tell them how she came up with this figure. So another thing about this study is that it asks very, very vague questions. Okay, so such as, even if they could not remember or felt like it occurred, it would still be counted as a yes. So even if women could not even remember, think about it. This kind of takes us back to a time such as the Brett Kavanaugh hearing, right? The whole believe all women ordeal. Right. Well, the whole believe all women thing really came about. It came about as a means to substitute for a time period where women were they were considered to be liars once upon a time, and it sort of shifted. It went from the myth of the lying women to the believe all women narrative now. And I think it's very, very important to understand that there has to be clear, defined, there have to be clear, defined expectations or words to constitute what we're talking about. You can't just be throwing around ambiguous terms when we're talking about such a heinous crime such as rape. We got to be able to define it so that way the perpetrator is rightfully guilty. Okay. Now, according to the annual crime study statistics, the U.S. Bureau of Justice Bureau statistics, it wasn't that it is 1 in 5 women that were being assaulted. The actual number is, according to the stats, and remember, I got all the links pinned down below. It's actually 1 in 53. All right, victims of rape. Now that's still a lot. That's still a lot. Okay, but I mean, it's hell of a lot less than 1 in 5. Rape is an unsettling concern. Hold up. Rape is an unsettling concern. As a female, I automatically say that every DNA found rapist should be castrated, but knowing irrational human being behaviors, false accusers acting out of vengeance, evil, hate, or jealousy, castration, perhaps certain matters should be carefully weighed out. Correct. Maybe castration for the unknown random rapists. If jogging, parking lots, college parties are questionable due to alcohol and drugs. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is the suggestion that we have a rape culture, or is it that we have a sexually irresponsible culture? Because what I hear being pushed is get out there, get drunk, and have random sex with everybody, right? And to not be sexually responsible. So, and a binge drinking problem as well. I agree. Absolutely. 1 second here. And the whole implication behind this whole notion that there is a rape culture, it sort of suggests that, there's roving bands of men going out there championing for rape. Like, who do you know personally that's out there like, yay, we want to rape, No, that's not the case. That is not the case. Men are not advocating to rape women. And then if they are, that person is either clinically insane or, he's probably, a rapist and probably should be killed. But again, I want to bring this conversation to the forefront because, 1 second. Yeah, I want to bring this conversation to the forefront because not only does false allegations destroy a man's reputation, it undermines the veracity of the cases for the women who actually have been raped. It undermines it totally. But you got idiots like this out here pushing this idea that, men are not able to exercise any self-restraint.
And she went over in the Bureau of Justice statistics, which keeps crime rates. She came back with a devastating piece of information. Women between the ages of 14 and 24, we've made no progress. 1 in 4 on college campuses are being raped back then or assaulted the same way now.
So according to the, and Joe, I don't know if you guys heard him, but he didn't even cite the study correctly. He said 1 in 4 when the study suggests it's 1 in 5. But again, that study is a flawed study. It's not a correct study. So, what you got here to say here, Miss Nikki? I tell my man and my male loved ones to never give a woman they don't know a ride alone in the car because some women blackmail. Oh yeah, Well, you know what you're sort of insinuating there. That is that's called the Mike Pence rule. The Mike Pence rule. Are you guys familiar with Mike Pence's his rule about not being alone with a woman? Yeah. He yeah, he has to have someone else in the room with him, or excuse me, I think he just will not be alone with the woman at all. Because he knows what the implications of that is, and what the ramifications of what that could potentially happen. Now, I'm not saying all women are false accusers. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, guys, we got to be real and upfront that this stuff does happen. Okay, I mean, just as I can acknowledge that rape happens, but I just think that the numbers are wildly exaggerated. The prevalence of this is not as it's not as rampant as they're trying to portray. Okay. Raping section. Okay. 1 second. Random people. Okay. Non-representative study. Yep. 1 second. So yeah, so I want to just give you guys an example of what happens. Okay, as a matter of fact, check this out. So look, this is what they have posted. Oops, let me go back here. There we go. This is what they post on college campuses right here. This poster to raise awareness. Jake was drunk. Josie was drunk. Jake and Josie hooked up. Josie could not consent. The next day, Jake was charged with rape. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is, wait a second. They both were drunk. So wouldn't that mean neither one of them could consent? Seems to me there's no equilibrium here. It kind of seems like the man is automatically presumed guilty simply because he's the man. So he's the perceived aggressor. First of all, why are you getting drunk? I mean, if you're going to get drunk, shouldn't you be around people that you trust to sort of, keep you safe? But again, it's automatically assumed that the man is the aggressor. And I want to give you guys, I'm going to play this clip, and I want you guys to see what can happen when, you find, two young college kids, they're out partying, having a good time. And then, the woman pushes up on the guy, and the guy, he gives in, and, they go do the thing, and she wakes up. Next thing you know, she feels like something occurred that she didn't want to, she didn't consent to, and she calls the cops on the guy. So check this clip out, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Here on MLK and Menlo, and while the judge declared the student innocent, he is not out of the clear just yet. He says he now has to prove himself to a USC ethics committee that will ultimately decide whether or not he can stay here for the fall semester.
Well, I was very surprised that these charges would be brought against me because I hadn't done anything wrong.
USC student Armand Premji charged with rape after a night out at an off-campus bar. But he says security video from the night of April 1st, taken from Banditos, shows he's innocent.
When I saw the videos, I was very relieved that there was proof to substantiate my side of the story.
The video shows Premji and a female student kissing in the bar's back corner, her arms around his neck. Premji said she kept pulling him closer, and after several minutes, she led him by the hand out of the bar. On the sidewalk, Premji said the girl introduced him to her roommate, where she made sexual gestures behind his back.
She made a gesture to her friend of her plans to have intercourse with me that night.
Premji says they had both been drinking. The two are seen leaving in an Uber before arriving to the girl's dorm room. Security video there shows the alleged victim stopping to sign him in.
After I had sex with her, I left, and the next day the LAPD was at my doorstep
Oh
asking
my
me about,
goodness.
what happened.
Premji says the alleged victim never reported the incident to police, but he was charged with rape after he says her roommates gave officers his name. Premji said the girl was the aggressor, and last Saturday a judge agreed after seeing the video, cleared him of all charges.
Hearing the judge give a ruling, it made us believe that there is justice, truth does come out ultimately, and we were fortunate to have the kind of evidence to support, Arman's innocence.
Yeah.
But Premji's innocence will have to be proven once again. He says USC's Office of Equity and Diversity
there it is. There are the woke buzzwords. You see that? Equity and diversity. The woke buzzwords right there. Full print there. Yeah. So this is this is a board, and I'm sure he has to plead his case to that. I think that I read somewhere that the guy, he ended up getting expelled. So see what. Okay, as it pertains to statistical data, the only acceptable and valid data is to take a poll of every woman in that city, state, country. All data must include only. Let me take this down. Must include only particular area of studied subject before one can draw a more valid statistical analysis. 1 in 53 women reported rape. Yes. When and where? 1 in 53 on that campus who questioned every single female or in the world. Statistical data with inconclusive fallacy outcomes. Deuces. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, look, I'm just a messenger. Okay. So I'm just reporting the stats. As I said before, drop the links below. You can check it out and do your own multivariate analysis. Okay. And the point is that I'm trying to prove is that there is no such thing as a rape culture. Okay. There's no one out there pushing this idea of rape. Okay. Nobody's on the side of the rapist. I think the vast swath of Americans, we want to see rapists killed or castrated. We do not want to see them living. We want them to die. Okay. That is an egregious, heinous thing to do to anyone. And I don't think the vast majority of Americans are supporting that sort of criminal, excuse me. That's my whole point. I don't want this to stifle anyone. Like I said, I don't want this to have to stifle anyone or intimidate anyone from coming forward they ever have been raped. I think we should certainly make it easier for people to be able to come forward. But I also think that we should maintain a balance of an evidentiary standard. Due process. I don't know if we still remember that, guys. The whole notion that you're innocent until proven guilty. I don't know. I mean, is that still a thing today in our society, or is it that, a mere allegation is, enough to warrant a criminal pursuit, legal action? Jeez. Have we completely lost our minds? It's like, I don't know, man. The people who see what, let's see what you got to say here, Miss Carol. The people who see what rate is differently. You went out with a girl and you went borderline. It all went to the bed and she said no and tried to leave. Then you refused to let her leave. Is that rape? Yeah. I think that's listen, I think that's another crime. I wouldn't constitute that as rape, I mean, there's a clearly defined. Let's go to the let's go ahead and pull up the definition here so we can all have an objective standard. Hold up. Give me a second here. Doo-doo-doo. Right. I just had it up, but now it's gone. Fine. Okay. Let's just do it like this. Google. Okay. Rape. All right. Yeah, I definitely think holding someone against their will. I mean, that's certainly a crime. What is that? That's what is it? That's kidnapping, right? But we can't just call that rape. I mean, come on, guys. Words have meanings. To clearly define these things. If we're just going to arbitrarily assign meaning to words, then we're I mean, that pretty much lends credence to the whole gender fluidity concept, you know, where people think they can change their genders in a blink of an eye. No, words matter, okay? Words matter. So that's why I want to pull this up here so we can have a there we go. Okay, so here we go. Share. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Sam. I agree. Take somebody's phone. Look, all of these things that you guys are describing definitely would warrant police response. Absolutely. But we're talking about rape, okay? We're talking about rape. What is the definition of rape? It's what we're trying to figure out here. Hold up. There we go. Okay. So let's pull up the okay, so according to the Merriam-Webster's definition, unlawful sexual activity and usually sexual intercourse carried out forcibly or under threat of injury against a person's will or with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness, mental deficiency, intoxication, unconsciousness, or by deception. Okay. All right. You guys get that? Okay. So, according to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it is rape. What we're talking about here is the it is the forcible sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse by force, by way of force. Okay. And no one's refuting that it's not happening. I don't want you guys to get that perception because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not saying that rape is not occurring. I'm just simply saying that it's not as prevalent as they're trying to portray that it is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, now my screen wants to freeze up here. Okay. Let me pull this. Okay. Oh man. I'm so sorry, guys. My computer is just acting all sorts of ways right now. It is just like haywire. Jeez. Let me know if I'm coming through, because right now it's looking like I'm frozen. Put a one in the chat if I'm still a go. If you guys can still see me moving, you can hear me. Let me know, because right now it looks like I'm frozen here. You guys get to where wait a second. You guys get to where they can't think if they got blue balls. Whoa, come on, Carol. That's not okay. That's not most men, Carol. Okay. That's certainly not most men. It's certainly not most men. Remember, guys, this entire live, it's all about whether or not we believe that there is a rape culture. Yes, we do have to consider rapes that are not reported. Yeah, we do. And like I said before, I think it's very necessary that we make it easier for women to come forward and men to come forward in those cases. But again, I think it's also equally important that we maintain a balance. We have to maintain an evidentiary standard, due process. You can't presume someone is guilty by mere allegation. Look how they treated Justice Kavanaugh. I mean, come on. They raked that guy through the coals, right? They raked him through the coals. And you know what's what the three main motivations behind false allegations are? Personal gain, mental illness, and revenge. Personal gain, mental illness, and revenge. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. I mean, come on. Men are shamed. Men are completely shamed from speaking out against such atrocities, such things that happen to them in this regard. They'll be laughed at, mocked. Because we're men. We're supposed to be able to take it and accept it, you know. Just accept the sexual assault. It's too. Okay. Oh gosh, my computer is just. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It is freezing up, and it's not letting me do the things that I need to do. Sucks. This bites. It's really bites. Yeah, I had my buddy. I talked to my friend about this too before I was gonna go live, and he was like, "Do you think that the he asked me if I thought that that in these cases that women are pretty much the perpetrators because of the, you know, sometimes of the false allegations. And I said, no, man. I just said, listen, we have to just acknowledge that it happens. Same thing in regards to men. You know, we have to at least acknowledge that it happens. Can't be blinded. We can't just be biased. We just can't be biased about that. Yeah, it is, Sam. Yeah, I think that's what's going on over here. It's freezing up. But you know, I'm so upset because I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see me moving. I don't know what's going on, but I'm probably going to have to end it shortly because this makes for bad for a bad broadcast. And I so apologize, guys. I really don't know what's going on here. It might be the heat, Sam. It really might be. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to shut it down because, like I said, this computer is just kind of going haywire right now. So let me try to figure out what's going on here. I apologize for cutting it short. I really wanted to. Yeah, I know, Carol. Guys, before I leave though, please make sure you go to the YouTube and subscribe. Please go to the YouTube and subscribe. I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook, but I need you to go to the channel. I have to get these numbers up so we can get the algorithm, so I can, you know, get in with the algorithm. I know, Sam. I know. And like I said, if this, gosh, I want to continue, but it's just it's just my computer. It's just it's diminishing the quality of the show right now. It's just not working. It's not working. I'm sorry. I know you can see me. I know you guys can see me, but I'm frozen. Like my computer is completely frozen right now. So unfortunately, gang, I'm gonna have to cut it short. But listen, like I said, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, please. Everyone in here, hit that like button. Go to the YouTube right now, hit the like button. Show me a little love. Show me a little support. I appreciate it. I had so much more information to get into, but I don't know. We might have to do a part 2, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to do a part 2 to this. You know, maybe we need to do a part 2. You know, maybe we need to just go back to the drawing board with this one, right? If you want to do a part 2 to this, put a 1 in the chat. We'll do that because, like I said, this is didn't go the way that I anticipated. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Go to the YouTube and subscribe. Go to the channel and subscribe. Hit the like button. Share. All right, Tammy. All right, we got one. We got a 1 from Tammy. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Oh my God, Sam. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we just might do that. All right. We might do that. All right, Deborah. Okay. All right, guys. You guys want to? Okay. Well, maybe tomorrow we'll come back on and we'll finish up where we left off. I'm really sad I have to cut it short. I'm really sad, and I don't want to leave you guys. I really don't, but this, yeah. I'm going to have I don't know. I got to do something. I got to do like a system reset on my computer here or something. But guys, I appreciate you all. As always, I'm very humbled, very blessed to have you guys, you know, every last one of you here with me. You could be doing anything else right now. You chose to come and listen to yours truly, and I appreciate that. And with that being said, you all have a very, very fantastic evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. We are speaking truth and reality. And I promise you, we will reinstitute morality.